Welcome back to WaiVER CLaiM, the show where we team up to take down our AI buddy MILO, human takes, AI verdicts every week. This is episode 17, The Bubble. By August 30th, roughly 1,200 men get told that they don't have a job anymore as every team goes from 90 players down to 53. We start the show with Camp Hype Audit, where we go over 5 stories being reported around the league circles and decide if it's real or if it's just noise. Then it's back to the claim for Dynasty trade calibration, 3 trades with absolutely no consensus answer. We close with roster bubble Bloodsport, which is 10 real names, survivor gone, graded as waivers clear after Cutdown day. You want to follow us on socials and audio platforms at WaiVER CLaiM Show. Find us on YouTube at WaiVER CLaiM. Hit subscribe and help us spread the word. So I want to welcome everyone to the room. Let's start with Chris, the voice of MILO and the voice of Chris, of course. How you doing?
Good. We'll see if I can keep my mouth in check this week. No promises. I do have a couple of quick hitters for this week. I did go on a trip down to Auburn for my work. Both flights, aisle seat, nobody in the middle seat. Full wins, no notes. It's the best thing. I had to fly into Atlanta, go over to Auburn, got to drive by that Kia plant that dumbass called ice on. So that was interesting. That thing's huge. And then as soon as you cross into the Alabama state line, you have the world's largest fireworks store, apparently. So I didn't go in there because I didn't care. But in terms of Auburn, I don't know if any of you have been. That is a beautiful campus. Saw a whole bunch of Chads in their golf polos tucked in the khaki shorts, probably packing some Rohypnol in their pockets, would be my guess. But overall, Auburn seems solid. It's a beautiful campus, like I said. Updates on Hard Knocks since I watched that this morning. So there's the one dude, Samalu, who's like a UDFA on there. I don't know if he's related to Isaac Samalu, former Eagle, former current Steeler. I'm not sure. But he was like, I'm not tired. I'm big. And I felt that personally. They're still not showing any Seahawks. At the end of the show, that was a seagull. I don't know what we're doing here with that BS. Maybe the finale will have a Seahawk, finally. Started with an Eagle, doing a seagull. And then they're focusing way too much on Terry and Arnold, honestly. Have 2 episodes and he's not actually signed yet. Apparently, there were 7 other teams interested in him. People that don't have the background, dude was on a video call that he allegedly set up, a kidnapping and a beatdown, and he had the wrong people. I don't understand what we're doing here, why we're signing him. The one dude said, or John Snyder said, if he did this here, we'd have to cut him. But because we're the second chance, it's okay. How is that? That makes no sense to me. But honestly, I feel like this is a kind of weak season of Hard Knocks. I'm gonna still watch all of it, but I don't know. It's weird. And then I have a mea culpa. Last week, got all hype about Trailer Park Boys. I didn't even mention Jonathan Torrens at all. J-Rock is the GOAT of that show. So I just needed to be my main mosque, J-Rock. Somewhere I didn't shout you out. Love that man. Hopefully he shows up to they're doing a Letterkenny tour this year that I'm going to, and I think it's in Philly. He was in that too. Just the Canadian shows, they use the same dudes apparently. But that's what I got for this week.
There you go. So the reason why Auburn doesn't have, any of the good drugs is because Penn State obviously has all the cocaine after this week. So that boy's an entrepreneur. You need to free him. Anyway, then we got Alberto here. Welcome to the room. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Just a NFL fact for a couple of years now. 49ers injury bug is very concerning. aside from the substations. The top 6 highest paid players on San Francisco combined to miss a staggering 64 games, including the playoffs.
Yeah, if
Other
you
than that, I'm doing fine.
Is that nice for your Dynasty team, Rich?
Fantastic. Mike Evans got cleared for week 1, and that's the only 49er I have. Oh,
Don't
Kittle's going to be back for week 1 too. So
didn't you pick up a running back?
Oh yeah, I picked up Kalon Black, who started in preseason, and
did somebody drop that in this call?
Oh yeah, I think Alberto dropped them. So thank you for that, Alberto. I'm 3 for 3 with the 49ers. We ride. So also, if you guys have Twitter, you should check out the Substation account on Twitter, because anytime that an injury happens with the 49ers, he's like, another one. I got another one. And if any of the teams come in for a joint practice, he does the same thing. It's a really good follow. Vin, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you as well. After a 17-0 shutout, I know it's preseason, but it's all I got.
Do you remember Kenny Pickett when he was like tearing it up in preseason? Steelers Nation got hyped. He was cut.
Yeah.
So
either way. I was gonna say, wasn't he the one responsible for kneel downs at a Super Bowl win?
Yeah.
Oof.
He was there. That was him.
Little hands. Don, welcome to the show. This is your premiere, one of many. We want to thank you for coming. I know you were a very tired boy after what just happened, but we're ready to kill this show. How you doing?
Yeah, it's all right, man. Work is work. I appreciate you having me on here. I get to be that Cowboys fan from New Jersey that everybody's gonna rag on because I get to have an 8-8 team or a 9-8 team, whatever, every year and miss the playoffs or losing the first round every year, no matter what. That's all I get to talk about.
How did you become a Cowboys fan? Like, where did that come from?
Being in sports when the Cowboys were dominant. Emmitt Smith fan. Michael Irvin. I grew up with it. It's what I liked. I'm a
Speaking of cocaine,
Oriole fan for no reason.
You like what you like. I mean, honestly, going 9-8 sounds fantastic. Give me 1 year of 9-8. Just 1 year. I don't even need to make the playoffs. I just want a winning record for once.
Above 500.
Yeah, that's my Super Bowl, going over 500. All right. So our first segment here is Camp Hype Audit. So there's 5 camp stories. I'm going to read them exactly as they were reported, and we'll kind of decide if we think it's real or if it's noise. So the first story this week that came out was about Aaron Donald. So coming out of retirement, age 35, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, he's returning to a Rams defense that traded for Myles Garrett and Trent McDuffie this offseason, and the consensus has already formed around the best defense in football. As of this week, he's not signed, but all signs are pointing to Aaron Donald coming back out of retirement and signing with the Rams. I think he's had 2 workouts so far. McVay has said that he's going to give him a couple more workouts before they do sign him. But, you have a bunch of people coming out and saying that they think that he's going to absolutely be on the team this upcoming season. So do we think that's real, or do you think that's noise?
I think he's definitely going to sign. Whether or not this ends up as like an Eagles dream team situation where just like stuff goes weird, I don't know. But on paper, the Rams are scary, personally. But I don't think Aaron Donald, one, is having 2 tryouts not sign. And I don't think the Rams are going to dog Donald. So I'm just assuming this is going to happen. I don't know if this is going to be, like, isn't there generally, like, some rules where if you sign after the first week of the season, it's, like, a lot better for the team? I wonder if this is one of those situations.
Yeah, I mean, after week 1, it's usually a non-guaranteed contract, but, like, I don't think that's
guaranteed, but I just know there's like more flexibility and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people do that with vets after week 1, just like it makes them easier to cut. But you're not going to cut Aaron Donald, so I would love to get him in, for week 1. He'll probably give them a sweetheart deal. I don't see him coming back for crazy money. He's going to give them a LeBron 76ers type deal.
He's ring chasing. That's it. In 1 year, I need to put it all out there. I'm going to win another ring.
Yeah, that's
That's all he
exactly
cares
what it
about.
is. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously a perfect combination. He was there. All the fans love him. He gets to be next to Myles Garrett, who is going to, I can't think of a better duo than those two. You know,
I
he's
want
just
to
gonna-
think
Dude
about
is
that.
awesome. Donald is awesome.
Yeah.
Monsters, absolute monsters. Yeah, except against the Eagles. Well, they don't have Jason Kelsey no more.
Yeah.
That's true.
To
So
plan
I
against him.
So Chris thinks it's real. I think it's real. Don, you think it's real?
Absolutely. I don't see him not going back with that team. He wants another ring. He wants to be more cemented in history better than he already is. So, I mean, and the fact that he told DK Metcalf that he benches 500 pounds and DK almost cried about it was the best clip in sports history.
Right.
Love that dude.
Vin and Alberto, you guys, real or noise? What do you think?
I think it's real. He's coming back. I don't know if he'll be all pro level, but it won't matter. He won't need that much attention.
You're next to Myles Garrett. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think he plays a full season either. I think he'll have a couple of healthy scratches because, coming
I don't
back.
know. I don't know if I
You're gone.
believe in that. I think he could get hurt. I don't know if he would ever be a healthy scratch on that team. I think they got too much reverence for him.
Well, if it's like if they're playing the Cardinals,
Huh. Okay, I could
you
get
gonna trot
behind
him
that.
out there.
Like an away game that they don't need
Yeah.
him to play. Stay home, just be healthy.
Yeah. Sorry, Rich. Jets. If they're playing the Jets, they're gonna trot him out there.
Playing the Jets.
Yeah.
They're gonna be out. But put your feet up.
We don't
Yeah.
need you to
And then
kill Braelon Allen.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get to Braelon Allen. Nice
Oh,
push.
we are.
I
We
think
are.
That was another drought, but
Yeah.
I think it's real quick, and also because they're trying him out. I think it's just to let him go past the preseason, which he's not gonna have to play. But I think it's just to extend it until the preseason ends. Sign him, have him ready for the 49ers week 1.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Obviously he would never play in the preseason. But
I was gonna say that one's in Australia, right? Like, do we really want so legitimate question, aging body coming back from retirement? Do you really want him in that game and putting all the stress on his body, or just start from week 2? You're a Super Bowl favorite. Why risk it? You got to be thinking about the playoffs. I understand that the big game against a division rival and crap, but
I heard
I would have a long view in the room on that.
I heard
I almost wonder if it's better to sign him after that game.
I heard the 49ers are going to get there a week ahead of time, and it's right there from California to Australia. It's not super far.
Wait. Have you flown to Australia? How close do you think that is on a flight?
I don't know, unless if you go east.
16 hours.
It's
Or two-
west, and it's
That's what I'm saying. If you go
it's
east, it's going to go
16 to
further, so
20
it's
hours.
closer.
It's 16 to 20 hour flight.
Okay.
I've been there. It is
So-
long.
From California or from New Jersey?
You connect in LAX. So I went from Philly to LAX, and then LAX to Australia. The
Correct.
entire
16
thing,
hours?
not the entire thing, from California out, I believe, is 16 hours. I think my
okay.
entire thing was 24.
Yeah, that's
It's a brutal
ride.
flight.
But
I believe
you do have to think, if they're trying to put that team together, you have to come out and dominate week 1 and show you're serious. You can't let him not play. You can't. You have to play, especially the 49ers. You got to go out and destroy them if you're going to sign him.
If it was any other team, I would say,
Yeah.
wait until week 2. But I mean, the 49ers are that's your competition, So
Yeah.
Not the Seahawks, the reigning champs.
Well,
I
they
think
played
it's-
New England.
they are too. But I mean, those two teams are the ones you want. If either of those two teams were week 1, that would be, I'm going to play Aaron Donald. If it was the Cardinals, I'd be like, yeah, take your time, But that's who they're going to be competing against at the end. I think one win could separate that division.
I was gonna say, I think they would end up having him play there. I don't think it's actually the right call.
We will have to see. We'll throw it back on waiver claim when he signs.
That's
So-
what it is.
Braelon Allen got brought up, obviously, and that has nothing to do with the script in front of me. So Braelon Allen, the backup running back for the Jets, and ESPN's Best Shape of His Life award winner. Pause. In his own words from June minicamp, the biggest he's ever been, the strongest, the fastest. Then he kept going. the most lean muscle he's had, the lowest body fat, and, quote, perfect symmetry in both of his legs. He reported...
What Stacey said to me last week, too.
I mean, you do look like Braelon Allen. He reportedly got close to 250 pounds this offseason after playing around 240 last year, which would put him near the Derrick Henry territory at 252. He played an injury-shortened 2025 and is still the backup, real or noise? The immediate backup.
I was going to say, I would roster him. Like, I'm going to defer to you on this, Rich. I'm not following the Jets training camp as much.
Yeah.
Look.
This is a clear cut, if you have Breece Hall, you need Braelon Allen. Breece Hall is injury prone to say the least. I mean, he's had 2 season-ending injuries. He's had little minor, missed weeks here and there. He's on one right now. He has a groin injury
right now, right?
Yeah,
right now.
So, I mean, I know a lot of people don't agree with this, but I think Braelon Allen is the better all-around running back than Breece Hall. If you just look at, like, pound for pound, like, skill set, Breece Hall is, he can do one cut and go, but he's never going to beat the defender. He's not fast enough to get into the end zone. He gets cut from behind all the time. He doesn't break as many tackles as Braelon Allen. It's really hard for Braelon Allen to run for a loss just because of how big he is, and, like, he plays like he's smaller. Braelon Allen,
he's a punishing back.
Right. He's someone that I would add if he was available in any league, I would probably add him even if I didn't have Breece Hall, because you kind of are waiting for Breece Hall to have another, minor injury. Hopefully minor. Hopefully none, but, you're just waiting for it to happen. So I do believe Braelon Allen is the immediate backup for Breece. I don't think Isaiah Davis is. I know that was reported earlier. I think that was all fluff. But, I mean, he's someone I would add even not as a handcuff, but... Anybody have any strong opinions on Braelon Allen here?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of guys putting on a lot of weight, especially guys handling the ball that much. It's going to warrant a lot of injuries. You're used to being, 240, you said, 230. You put on another 10, 15 pounds. Your joints are used to, base level. Now you're jumping up and you're still trying to move like you were 230 or 240. I would go with Davis, but he'll probably get the RB2 job, but I would undercut and I would go Davis, personally.
You would go. Yeah, I mean, Davis is a good PPR back, but he's also injured right now. So
it's
the only healthy running.
It's the Jets.
It's the Jets. I honestly wouldn't take any of them, but if I were to,
I will say Braelon Allen is at the end of his rookie deal this year. You got to put that fact he's going to try to ball out. Hopefully he does his job. And you get bigger, you got to actually keep the speed. Hopefully he does it, but got to see.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he's playing probably for another team next year. So, and he could be the lead back. So, when he goes to the Steelers, you'll like him, right?
Maybe.
All right, next person, Haynes King. If you guys remember Haynes King, he was the hero of the Hall of Fame game where he completed 21 of 34 for 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks, plus 39 rushing yards. Then he pulled his hamstring on the game-winning run. Carolina signed Kyle Trask.
That's got to be so annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, that was such a touchdown, though. It's worth it. So he's behind Bryce Young. He's behind Bryce Young and Kenny Pickett. And he's going to be the sneak package guy. He'd have to be active on the actual roster for that to happen. They almost said like he's going to be the Taysom Hill of the Panthers. Do we think that is real or noise?
I was going to say, I think Kenny Pickett stinks, so I'm in on it, just mainly because Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl winning, put some respect on his name, kneel down, Kenny Pickett. But Kenny Pickett stinks.
Still got a ring.
No, I'm in on him.
Yeah. Well, he's got, wait, you can't do this. That's a whole hand. He's got like this. This is Kenny Pickett.
I want to.
Little baby hands.
No.
So I got to watch Haynes King in college because he played for Georgia Tech, and they would play against Georgia. And every game he played against Georgia was like a bloodbath. I don't know how. Like Georgia Tech was always the heavy like underdogs, and then you end up with a game that goes 8 overtimes. I mean, Haynes King can play. Obviously, his mechanics are off right now because he's coming from Georgia Tech, which isn't a pro, like, it's a pro style offense, but, you know, not what the NFL is. I would keep him on the roster. If you're looking at the Panthers overall, I mean, you know, 53 guys, I would keep him as a 3, especially if you're going to use him like almost like an H-back, you know, tight end. I would do that as well.
It's the perfect type of number 3 quarterback. Like, you're allowed to take those ones that are just athletic, and maybe you develop some mechanics. Like, that's how I would view it.
Yeah, so I'd say real.
I would keep him as a 3rd developmental, but I wouldn't use him as that Taysom Hill type. Because you picked up Waller. You know,
yeah, I mean, well,
you have plenty of weapons there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel there.
Yeah, but Waller's not going to be running up the gut at quarterback. I mean, Waller, if he does that, he's going to hospice. Like, he's an old boy. So you probably need someone younger to run that Taysom Hill role. I don't know. Waller can get you like 4 touchdowns, but they're all going to be less than 5 yards. They're all going to be at the goal line just thumping.
It's that perfect fantasy season from Jerome Bettis.
Right.
The Boston.
I think he can get the QB2 job even. I mean, if Bryce Young goes down, Kenny Pickett's going to walk into a sack, and all of a sudden, he's in the game.
Yeah.
Because how many times have we seen that? So
Right.
Kenny Pickett will get
Every
it in
time.
name, and, you know, this guy, he might come in, make some noise. I like him. I'm a fan.
Trial by fire. I like it. Put Haynes King in quarterback 1. Let's do it.
Who remembers
It'll be
Tebow?
exciting.
Tim Tebow? Remember that guy? His mechanics were the
what'd he
worst
do?
thing you've ever seen. I think it was a Mark Schlereth goes, "Are you sure he's left-handed?"
Yeah. And he threw one really good long pass and made his whole career.
Right. And
That was a fun one.
It was a
It was
Was that
fun for
Marius
Graham.
Thomas?
there was a game against the Chiefs. He was 2 for 8, but the entire game he was like 1 for 7. And then he threw a game-winning 56-yard bomb to Eric Decker. I'll never forget it because I had Decker on my team, and he had 0 points until the very end.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And he beat my Steelers in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Steelers game was the overtime game.
Yeah.
It was the first play in overtime, right?
Yep, they played
Yeah.
high school defense, and Tim
Yeah.
Tebow goes, "Oh, nice."
Gotcha.
So with the new rules, you guys would have won that game. You know, there's no way he can ever score 2 touchdowns. That would you would have came back and tied and then won that
Well,
game. But
I don't know. Tebow time was legit. I bought in.
Like-
I did not.
I didn't buy into
did
him
not.
as like a legitimate
not.
thing. It was amusing.
No.
I
He's-
mean, we'll never know.
Haynes King is going to do Haynes King is going to be the same. He might have a good game. He's going to play a real good secondary or real good defense and realize I'm not cut out for that. I don't see that going anywhere.
So speaking of the quarterback that's on the god level, let's talk about Jalen Hurts because you know Tebow and Jalen, there's not much difference there. New
That
offensive
mustache
coordinator.
looking nice. That mustache is a much better look than the goatee.
Yeah, anything that works, you know. So he's a new offensive coordinator, Sean Mannion. Reportedly, he is sleeker and faster. The hype, an entirely new system under center alignments, pre-snap motion, wide zone play action. So Mannion coached under Matt LaFleur in Green Bay and is importing the McVay-Shanahan greatest hits. The offense is going to ask Hurts to throw over the middle, which he's largely avoided as a pro, and camp reports say it's going well. 2025 was his fewest rushes, 105, and fewest rushing yards, 421, since his rookie year at his lowest career average, 4 per rush. Mannion entered coaching in 2024. This is a very new coordinator running a very new system. Philadelphia traded A.J. Brown to New England in June. Devontae Smith is a benefactor in this. Is the leap for Jalen Hurts real or noise?
We'll let Alberto take it at first.
Yeah, I think it's real. I think once he gets used to the system completely and as the season progresses, they'll just get better and better. I think they'll know most of the playbook, but I think they'll just open it up as the season goes and they'll add it from there depending on depend on the run game, whether it's him or Saquon or Tank Bigsby. But it's a evenly distributed offense, so it's not always A.J. Brown previously, Devontae Smith, Goddard. It's a little bit more equally distributed.
was gonna say I've been optimistic about Hurts this year. So like the issue, like say last year, is Sirianni like just pounds the table on don't turn it over, don't throw interceptions, don't whatever, which is like generally you get a lot more turnovers in the middle of the field throws versus the outside throws. So like if you're looking at last year, like he didn't really throw it over the middle, and everything during camp and the practices, the joint practices with the Patriots this week, he's been throwing it over the middle in tight coverage. There's been interceptions, but he's been going back and just doing it. So like Alberto said, like early on in the season, it's probably going to be like really nice and like kind of looks stagnant and crappy. By the end of the year, I think it's going to be good. Now, there's like a selfish end of it because Mannion's very young, offensive coordinator, new hotness. My preference would be for him to not be a head coach next year for somebody. So it's like, do I want it to be the top 5 offense in the league? Because they'll probably get a job somewhere else. And then it's like Jalen Hurts gets a new offensive coordinator again. I would like this to be for at least 2 years. And I think I'm not in on Sirianni in general. So like in my head, it's like, can Mannion be my head coach if he's good? Because I wholeheartedly believe in an offense coordinator as your head coach because it just makes things simpler. But it's been good. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a good year, maybe a slightly slowish start, but it's not like you have the most challenging first weeks of the year or the schedule. So I'm in. I think Smitty's going to have a huge year. I think Hurts is going to have a good year. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I think the best thing for the Eagles is you're going to know quick. You know, this is the year where you're going to see if Hurts can be the guy that just does everything. You know, obviously he's gone from offensive coordinator to offensive coordinator, but it seems like in this offense, you're requiring him to do all the dirty work with, you know, down one target, essentially. I mean, A.J. Brown obviously is not there, but you're, like Alberto said, they're spreading around to all these different guys. They're filling out their roster with more than 2 wide receivers, which I feel like I haven't seen in years. You know, when
they got that Samori Torre, dude, he's going to be good. What's it, Samori? Is that how you say his name? Samori Torre? Is that his name? He's on the show number 1. Samori.
If it's not, it sounds good because it rhymes. That's how it should be said. It's not.
He's from Nebraska.
Yeah. I mean, they got Wicks as well. I mean, like, you know.
Wicks has been very good in camp. Darius Cooper has been very good in camp. Hollywood Brown has been slow, but this past week in joint practices with the Patriots, he's apparently popped off a little.
They got
I'd be telling a little bit of Mackay just because he's been injured, but Elijah Moore has been. I mean, that's segment 3. We'll talk. Well, so here's the thing: you're doing that with Elijah Moore. He's been very good, and I think that's very much like this McVay Shanahan system, just like schemes you open.
He's gonna get cut.
So, and that's going to be the Mackay Lemon role, like if he gets healthy. So we'll see with that.
Yeah,
but like if Elijah Moore is like low key popping off a little bit, like, and you're going, that means it's probably good.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
I don't want to.
Yep. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna tip my hand, but he's getting cut. Go ahead, Don.
As a Cowboys fan, I'm gonna say I really hope he doesn't do anything this year. But Jalen Hurts is awesome. Devonta Smith was picked right before the Cowboys in the draft, and it killed me when he got drafted right in front of them.
I did enjoy that.
He is so good. He is fantastic. Even though he's small, everybody said he was going to get hurt. He takes whatever hit, and he just walks off, and he'll get the next one, too.
That was the Parsons year, though, right? Didn't we take him right before Parsons?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't like rooting for them, but the Eagles are going to run that division, and I just see him having a stellar year. It's going to be a bad thing for a Cowboys fan.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hurts is a pro. Smith is a pro. I think he'll have a very efficient year. He never puts up gaudy numbers. It'll be efficient. That's what he does. He wins. So
win games.
I'm with it.
All right. Our next guy up is a guy that is just lighting it up on every
Where's
report.
Raphael at?
What?
Where's Raphael at for this?
Well, he
Yeah,
doesn't
this
get
guy-
talked about.
He's I'll speak for Raphael here.
Yeah, we're gonna throw to Vin first. So Jacoby Lane, Ravens rookie receiver, first year camp. ESPN's Jamison Hensley says Lane is having a training camp unlike any rookie he's seen in 27 years covering the Ravens. That's one reporter, one superlative, and 0 NFL snaps. What helps? Zay Flowers has signed an extension worth $34 million a year. New coordinator Declan Doyle has the offense buzzing, and Lamar Jackson is publicly enthusiastic about the new system. What hurts is the single most repetitive sentence in sports journalism. Somebody says a version of this every August. Is it real or is it noise? So, I mean, obviously you're going to hear about the camp guys. You're going to hear about people playing against their own defense, and it's going to be the second coming. But Vin knows for real if it's real or noise. So Vin's going to take it away.
He's out. I'm sure he's good. I'm sure he's having a good camp. However, we've seen Lamar play. It's week to week who's going to get the big numbers in that offense, unless it's Lamar or Derrick Henry, like the running back. He might have a good season for a rookie, but is he going to pop off, get over 1,000 yards, 10-plus touchdowns? No. That's not Lamar's game. Maybe a new system. I could be wrong, but he also stinks. Let's not forget that.
Thank you. That's all I wanted your analysis to be. I wanted you to be like, I'm sure he's going to be good, but
he stinks.
He's on the decline. What is he now? 29, 30?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very,
okay. He's on the
decline. His career. Yep.
Yeah. I say nay.
He said first nay of the show is Jacoby Lane.
Disregard everything I said prior to nay.
Yeah, just nay. I feel like in Dynasty, obviously if you're doing like mock drafts for Dynasty, he tends to go in like the second to third round, which I would have no problem taking him there. I also am a big fan of Elijah Surratt, which is the other wide receiver that they got from Indiana there. So, I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed. I do feel better about Lane after what came out this week about Bateman, which is a little chart there for TV, He's also on the trade block, is what it was. It was reported that the Texans were looking into adding him before all this stuff came about. So I've never been high on Bateman. I will say that. So if they start to phase out Bateman, they start to phase in Lane. I think that's a great thing for that team. So I'm gonna side real on this one. I think Lane is gonna be good this year.
That's a bad take.
It could be.
It's a bad take. What about what's his name? Xavier Guillory? I can't say his last name. Where's he from?
You talking about the Ravens?
Yeah. I think he's going to be ahead of all of them. I think he's going to come out and show. He's going to show everybody what it's about. I don't know. I saw a bunch of concept. It's not that deep. He's like their third or fourth receiver on that depth chart. Well, he's ahead of Rashad Bateman.
So it's Flowers, Bateman, Lane.
No,
Surratt.
Bateman's way down there. Get Bateman and Lane. They're nowhere near the top of that depth chart. There's no way.
Yeah, Bateman's out.
Bateman might be out. But
what do you got? Devontae Walker, Zay Flowers, Wester, LeJohntay. I think his name is LeJohntay. Is that his name?
LeJohntay Wester.
Yeah,
you are doing this now. I mean, like if you're looking at a depth chart, you're down there now.
Depth chart: Flowers, Walker, Wester, Guillory. No, right now I'm looking at their depth chart.
What makes you high on Guillory?
He likes his name.
No. It has nothing to do. I don't care about people's names because I have one of the dumbest names in the world. My name's Donald. Nobody likes that name. And if people say they like it, get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language.
Fine, we had 17.
It's all about route running. It's people that like to actually get up inside a corner or get up inside a defense and make a cut or make a route. A lot of kids don't do it. A lot of kids coming out of college, they just want to run deep routes. They want to catch deep balls. They want to make big plays. Nobody likes to get up and actually play an old school receiver position. I think that's what that guy's going to do.
I like that. But the problem is he's on the Ravens, so.
Hey. All right, Alberto, in or out?
I'm in just because, Bateman issues and, he's going to distribute the ball. Marr is going to distribute the ball evenly to everyone it looks like he might go back to, and we're not talking about him, but he might go more the tight end route this year and go double tight ends more often. But hey, there's a chance he has to take it, or someone else on that team probably will.
Good point. Good point. So obviously with all this talk, this is all camp talk, and like we're going to see what actually happens during the regular season. You know, people that are playing with starters right now might not be playing with starters come September. So obviously this is what August looks like. But up next, we're going to be talking about...
One sec. Real quick, I just got a text from Raphael, unprompted.
Yep.
He said, hey, man, I'm really sad today. I'm really not high on Lane or the Ravens. I think I'm going to jump ship and be a Steelers fan. So
that's true. That's in the group chat. I see that.
Yeah.
Right here. Text RAK. You see right there.
Oh my God. Well, he picked a winning horse now. He's part of the black and yellow now.
We're best friends now.
Fair weather fans. Boo. Nah.
All right. So now we're going to jump into the claim, which is Chris's baby. This week on the claim is Dynasty trade calibration. So as you guys know, Chris is all about building stuff for you guys. So he built a draft tool which actually works, and I didn't even tell you. My friend used it, and it works. So it worked.
And he got like 10 iterations early.
Yes, still worked. I'm about to use it. I have 3 drafts this week. I'm going to use it. I'll report back. But now Chris is going to help you guys with trade value. So I didn't throw it. Chris threw a couple things together, and he's going to see what's close and what's far off so we can help Milo calibrate this thing together live. So Chris, why don't you jump into it? What's the first trade?
Yeah, so the reason I wanted to do this is because clearly going through this show, like people on this show and people that have done Dynasty like a lot have drastically different opinions than like the internet tools. So like a lot of times like the keep trade cut or whatever, like it just sums the values. And then like you could have like 3 mid players for like Jamar Chase and it's like fair. And everybody's like, nah. Like, so what I've been doing is there's a couple of Reddit threads where people post like screenshots. It's like, is this trade fair? What side would you want? Like, is it close? Do you lean one way, the other, or is it just like a no? So I asked Milo to put together some after throwing in some screenshots like that. So we're slowly going to calibrate this throughout the year. I'll probably throw out some of these throughout just to see where we're at, where we're leaning. So the first one is specifically about how much we value like a high-end quarterback. Because I think Josh Allen was taken in like the 2nd round in our league. I think it was Kevin, maybe. But I know the general consensus in our league is more sit on the QBs a little bit longer, like another round or 2. So I'm pretty sure Josh Allen's going to be the consensus Dynasty number 1 for most people. So like that next tier down is this first one trying to calibrate it. So which side would you rather be on? And is it like lean that side or is it like just far off? Would you rather be on Josh Allen or Allison does, or Joe Burrow plus a late 2027 first? So for the sake of this, I know the people on here are very high on 2027 first, so we'll just say the 12th pick in the first round of 2027 in Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. What side you on?
See, that changes it. In Dynasty, the 12th pick is kind of useless. So
do you prefer? Let's do the 10th then. Let's do number 10 because I know that's getting close to your threshold of good people for next year.
Yeah. So just put it in perspective, like 12th. The best you're going to do for 12th overall this year is like a Jonah Coleman. So you're saying, would I trade Joe Burrow and Jonah Coleman for Josh Allen? And no, I wouldn't. I would side Josh Allen with that. If you're going up like earlier in the first, I could see that being closer next year, especially. But I don't want to have I am really high on draft picks, so I don't want to have the bias here. But
it's specifically 2027. So that's honestly what the point of this is because there's a lot of talk about 2027 being goated for Dynasty. So it's like trying to find that line of 2027 first round draft pick. Like, where's it at? Plus Joe Burrow, which I know you're high on because you drafted him, versus Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So instead of the 12th, let's say like the 10th.
I would side with getting Joe Burrow and the first round pick, say the 10th pick, because you got to keep in mind that you also have another first round pick. So like if I'm teetering on playoffs, but then I don't make it, my first round pick is going to be in the maybe top 6. So those players like Rich is alluding to that are going to be there, I can grab it. You still have Joe Burrow, a top quarterback. He still has Chase, and he still has Higgins and Chase Brown there. And then you build from there, because Josh Allen is the offense. As much as they got DJ Moore and everything, you're missing out on a good player that could, stretch out your dynasty throughout the year. Remember, we're playing dynasty, we're not playing redraft, so it's going to be long term.
So you said you lean the Burrow plus pick side?
Yes.
Okay. Then Don?
Yeah, I would lean on the pick side just because the way Burrow plays, I've been waiting for the wheels to fall off. He kind of does put himself in harm's way, but he's been very fortunate. He's never been injured. And now he's past 30, right? He's like 30, 31. And like that style of play might catch up to him. And then you could also flip Burrow for another first. But I'm more neutral, but just to be fun, I would take the Burrow on the pick, flip Burrow for another first.
Do you think Joe Burrow would go for a first round pick in our league? Like, legit question.
If he has a rocket first half and we're at the deadline and someone's like, I need to bolster my roster, that's what I would
John with Bryce Young.
Yeah,
maybe that 12th pick in the first round could be that first round pick.
Yeah, I think he would go for a first. In a dyno like this, he probably could be traded for a first. So, but like Vin, honestly, you just changed my mind with it. So what you could do is do the Burrow and the pick. Use that pick to draft your young guy that's coming out. Could be a Dante Moore, could be an Arch Manning, whatever it is. And once you get that quarterback, then you flip Joe Burrow, and now you're starting young, and you got like another stud. So I'm siding with the pick side. Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So then with Vin's idea, that would be 3 first round picks, right?
No. You would get the 107, and then you would flip Burrow for a first.
No, but you still have a first round pick.
Yeah, you would end up with 3 picks yourself because you would own one, but the trade would effectively be you get 2 first round picks out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Joe Burrow will be a third for a first.
Probably for the next year.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So you would have the 107 plus your pick, and then you would flip Joe Burrow for a pick next year. So you would have 2 first rounders back-to-back years. If it worked out.
Nah, I talked about this. I'm going personal on this. This is all personal thing. Josh Allen is a dude. I feel like everybody should be on with whatever he's putting down. Follow him with Josh Allen. He runs that team. He runs that city. He seems like a cool dude. Joe Burrow's too cool for me. I don't know. I don't like it. I like John said, he's gonna get hurt. He's gotten so lucky, that Golden Boy thing. He plays way too out there for what it looks like he can take. But I don't know. He's been getting lucky. It's not gonna last. I don't know. I just always think I'll stick with Josh Allen on all that.
I was gonna say I think I agree with Don. I lean Josh Allen. It sounds like you lean. I don't want to say majorly on the side, but you're somewhere between major and lean on Josh Allen. I think I would lean Josh Allen. So honestly, this was a much fairer trade than I was expecting.
3-2. 3-2.
John put a lot of
MILO on the first one for the calibration purposes.
John's information on that really made it. That was a big thing. That was a lot of good information on him. Smart.
He's calling him by his brother's name, which is funny.
Oh
That's
shit.
fine.
My bad.
It's okay.
I'm an idiot.
It's okay. I didn't realize I was that ugly.
Oh, that's messed up.
The other left off.
Trade number 2.
It's Ben, not John. Damn. What a dummy.
Consensus number 1 dynasty draft pick, Jamar Chase. Or would you rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown and a 2028 first, where you don't know where it's going to land. Alberto, you're raising your hand.
Because I drafted Jamar Chase in our draft, I'm going to stay with Jamar Chase. Same age as the Sun God. Great players. You don't know what they're going to get in the 2028 first round. Where you're going to fall. If it's specific to the 12th, the 10th, whatever. I'm not going to bother with it. Jamar Chase has a better quarterback. Jared Goff could fall off. And then who's going to be their quarterback in the future with Detroit? Are they going to change their head coaches if they don't make the playoffs? Which I doubt. It'll be a couple years down the road if they make that decision. But I'm Chase all the way.
I was going to say heavily leaning or just lean?
Like over the top, i.e. only corn on the cob, leaning towards Jamar Chase.
6 weeks of corn.
6
Son of
more.
a bitch.
Corn.
All right. I agree with you. I would lean Chase here too. I mean, I feel like so much talent is going to get gutted next year from the draft that's coming through. I hate trading picks like years in advance. I feel like it's kind of a detriment to the team that, I'll take what I want now and then not worry about it later type thing. I could do a year out. I'm not doing 2 years out. There's, like you said, there's so much uncertainty. The water's murky. And who knows if your league will still be running at that point. And if it's not...
That's why you drafted all the old players, right?
Yeah, that's why you draft.
Who knows if the league's still going 2 years from now?
That's why you draft from a 55 and up community.
Exactly. I wouldn't now and later, 2028,
well,
an asteroid could hit.
You just talked about this with the last person you're talking with. Why don't you just take St. Brown, same age as Jamar Chase, obviously not that crazy high level. Why don't you trade 2028 for 2027 if you really want another draft pick?
Well, no one who knows, no one should, I don't want to say to people listening to the show, you shouldn't do that because you're trading poop for gold, 2028 compared to 2027 is kind of 2026 compared to 2027. It's just, I feel like there's going to be another drop off. Next year is just supposed to be like a generational draft, and then it's kind of going back to, the standard. But things could change. Obviously, they could say right now that 2027 is going to be so good, and then you get to the draft and you're like, all these guys ended up sucking. You just have a higher percentage of a couple of them not sucking.
A bunch of Jamarcus Russells.
Could be.
That's it.
I was going to say, I think I would be on the Chase side of this one as well, personally.
I guess
Agreed.
I'm devil's advocate.
Yeah, I don't mind
I'm the only one.
I don't mind flipping it though. I think that's a good idea. But yeah, Chase is the best.
Oh yeah, Chase is absolutely ridiculous. I've always been big on St. Brown. I drafted him the first year that he was available. I did it with Rayfell in a league, and everybody was like, "Who are you even drafted him for? He's got a stupid name. Watch," and he played out.
Sun God.
I was going to say, for me, I feel like superstars win championships.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think Amon-Ra is great, but there's, a different level with Chase.
Absolutely.
Chase could put up a 50-point week.
So good.
In a championship, and the rest of your team could be crap. And you just win because of Chase. And sometimes you need those weeks. That's why, personally, I think it's my fantasy, philosophy. It's superstars win championships. Which is why last year, when I drafted Javonte Williams, I was so mad about drafting it, but I ended up being very happy about it.
Yeah.
It's not somebody that I draft in the 8th or 9th round or whatever I ended up getting him in last year. And he's going to be one of my keepers this year because of how much value I got out of him. So even though I say superstars win championships, it's I'm wrong on some of the too.
Wonka, who's Joe Burrow's backup?
Flacco?
Is it
We
Flacco?
don't want to know that because the season's over.
Well, I'm just saying because
I think it's Flacco.
we just talked about it. Burrow he's out there. He'll try to get yards and he'll try to push himself, even if he's out for a couple games. I'm not saying season-ending injuries, but a game here, a game there. What does that do for Jamar Chase to choke Flacco throwing to you?
It's going to target him 18 times a game.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Just
He's gonna target the check down tight end.
No, he targeted him. When he came in, didn't he target him 18 times? I think that was an actual
18 times?
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll see. If Flacco can get his arm over the top or not. I don't know.
Yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't happen. I'm knock on wood here because I have Burrow.
Absolutely not. I never worry about it. I'm just saying. He's scared. He's scared. He's a baller though. You know, he wants to win. I get it, but it's scary as a quarterback in this day and age.
So that one was 4-1.
Trade number 3. So Rome Odunze and a 2027 pick number 6 overall, or Breece Hall and Drake London.
Let me just take that 1 second. I'm taking that trade without Rome. I'll take the 1 draft pick over Breece Hall and Drake London.
Wow. Okay.
And then on top you got Rome Odunze, who's a baller too. I think he's on the same level as Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't know.
That pick is wild to me.
Yep.
Like, Rich, I'm curious your opinion on just the sole draft pick 106 versus the Hall and London side. That seems aggressive to me.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that. I mean, you add the Rome side in, I'm taking Rome and 106. So I'm on that side with you. But 6, like, unless your team, like, you draft, like, definitely need, like, a dynasty quarterback, that's probably where that's going to be, or a Kwan Lacey, like, a running back. Okay. Intermission. I do side with the Rome and 106 side, but if it's just 106, I can't, because Drake London, you know, you look at Drake London, like, he's super duper talented. Breece Hall, like, obviously he's the underperformer out of that group there, and he can get hurt at any time, but I don't know if I would do it for 106. I think I'd do Rome and 106, but not just 106.
Yeah, I would say Rome 106. Breece is on the Jets. No, thank you. Atlanta, they don't have a real quarterback going on. That team's kind of a dumpster. They're kind of in Jets territory. So
you were thumbs upping at just the 106 versus the other side, or are you more iffy on that? I'm just curious for when I put it in the MILO later. You were thumbs upping when he said, I'm just on the pick 106 side versus the other side. I'm curious if you feel that way.
Oh, no, I was my wife came out and asked me if I liked her outfit, and I was giving her a thumbs up. Sorry.
Oh.
But whatchamacallit? Yeah, the pick 106 is fine, and I also believe in Rome Odunze and Benny Johnson. That whole thing is just, I feel like he's going to take off this year.
Yeah. So in my other league, I traded 112 and DJ Moore for Rome Odunze. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's a lot closer than this, but like, what do you guys think about that one? Because that one actually happened. I was on the Rome side. Do we think that's close, or do we think I got cooked?
No, Rome's a baller.
You're giving him a second, basically a second, that first pick 12th overall.
Is not picking the round, yeah.
And then DJ Moore usually goes, third round, fourth round?
Yeah. Plus, I mean, he got hurt already in preseason, you know? He looked good before he got hurt, though. I mean, he was literally everything for Josh Allen.
I believe in Ben Johnson, so I believe in that offense.
That's a steal because Burden, he's been hurt now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, if that's your guy, get your guy. That's what I'd say.
Right. Good call.
I agree with that philosophy.
All right.
All right. Now moving on to the unnecessary claim.
Oh, forgot. Well, wait. The unnecessary claim is brought to you by the Pulling Guard. Andrew, take it away.
The unnecessary claim is brought to you by the Pulling Guard. The Pulling Guard is an elite line of sports and trading card products built for collectors. Put that shiny cardboard on display and don't get caught with your cards down. Check them out at protectyourpull.com and follow them on TikTok at @pulling_guard. Use code IOG WaiVER CLaiM for 10% off.
All right. Now let's do the unnecessary claim. So, like I mentioned, I went to Auburn. When you go to places outside of this area, people seem like they know a good cheesesteak and trash. Straight trash. There's garbage. Like, I understand that, like, meat on bread, good, and that's why people are all hyped about it.
Yeah.
Meat on bread, good.
Yeah.
But trash.
Add cheese better. Yeah.
So I'm just curious where your favorite cheesesteak place it is locally for around here. friend of the pod, John, was with Andrew, helping draft Andrew's team at the draft. We regularly have food takes. We believe in our top 1-2. Like, we have them switched. So my personal favorite cheesesteak place, also Anthony Bourdain's, ripped, is Donkey's Place in Camden. They also have one in Medford, which is the one that I used to go to. It's on like a poppy seed Kaiser roll, which I know could be sacrilegious to whoever, but it's delicious. If you don't want to call it a cheesesteak, whatever, the stuff is delicious in your mouth. If you want a more traditional one, Chick's Deli in Cherry Hill, also goated. Patch Gino's trash. If you're going to Philly, like I really like Woodrow's in Philly. So I'm just curious what your top cheesesteak places are that you go to.
I mean, go ahead, Alberto.
I feel like if you're not anywhere between New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and parts of Delaware, you're not going to get the best cheesesteak anywhere. So it depends. The pizzeria. I live in Hamilton, South Jersey.
Doxing yourself.
No, it's fine. But like I like the cheesesteaks from like the local pizzerias. So over here, there's like an Andy's, there's a Brothers, there's a Nino's. All very good, different. I do like when the rolls have like sesame seeds on it, poppy seeds. Gives a little bit of a bite to it, I guess you could say. But you can't go wrong. I haven't tried those places. I would like to, and Medford's up the road on 206, so I could check it out.
I was gonna say go to Donkey's.
I'm gonna get one. I want to put one nobody's ever heard of. It's a place in Brick, New Jersey, called Fontana. It's one of those places you're gonna pay $2-3 more per every one of your sandwiches, but it's 4 inches longer than everybody's, and it's twice as much meat and cheese. Cooper sharp.
Can't relate.
Thinly sliced. It sucks to suck, I guess. Thinly sliced ribeye, you know what I mean, with the Cooper sharp all in. Perfect seeded roll. I mean, it's one of those things if you ever want like a good cheesesteak, it's a little hole in the wall. It's on Drum Point and Brick. Super good, but Delucia's and Raritan, definitely the best cheesesteak around here. Best pizza, too.
Yeah. Mine's up the road from there. Mine is Pat's in Point Pleasant. So,
Okay.
Pat's, Pat's is the reason why I had breasts as a child. I ate at Pat's way too often, hit that 300 number, but hell, it was worth it. Like, they are, when you think of a cheesesteak, it's kind of the opposite of what you think a Philly cheesesteak would be. Like, there's no cheese whiz, nothing's yellow on the sandwich. It's white American cheese,
I'm not a cheese whiz boy.
Yeah,
I'm a provolone boy.
Yeah. So
did you say provolone?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
No, I'm a white American boy over here. So the way that Pat's does it is it's coated in cheese. I mean, the bread is so crisp, tons of meat. Like, you look at it from the side, and it's like, this looks like a plurable Hot Pocket, but it's the best thing you'll ever eat. Put a little ketchup on there. I'm not a huge fried onion guy, but they make fried onions different than anyone. So
if you're a fried onion boy, Donkeys are delicious.
Yeah. So, Vin, you got a cheesesteak place?
No, I'm fat. I'll eat it from any pizzeria, pretty much.
Meat on bread, good.
Exactly. I'm gonna check out that place on Drum Point. I've never been there, so
yeah, La Fontana, man. All their sandwiches are so good. Their wraps are good. It's like I said, it's more expensive, but it's awesome.
And if you end up going to Donkey's, they also do like funnel cake fries. They slap as well.
Yeah, that sounds fat. I like it.
Could I pivot off of the question? So,
what if we say no?
We know it as cheesesteaks here, but do people try to compare chopped cheese, the sandwiches, to cheesesteaks?
Chopped cheese is.
It's a New York thing. I know they're like adjacent, but I don't consider them the same.
I feel like people compare the two.
A chopped cheese is a sloppy Joe on a roll.
Okay.
Well,
thanks for the clarification.
We don't promote that here on WaiVER CLaiM.
WaiVER CLaiM.
Shop shit. WaiVER CLaiM.
All right. So to end this lovely show, we have segment 3, which is called the Roster Bubble Bloodsport. So I'm going to run through it quick. I got 10 people here. Basically, we're going to go over and we're going to see, we're going to say if we think that they're going to make the roster, if they're going to get cut. We're going to keep it simple. We'll go around the room. A lot of people here on fringe contracts. And I want to start with a person that we saw in preseason last night, Vin, and we'll kick it off with you. I'm going to start right here with Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson, do you think he makes the roster? Does he get cut, or do you think he's going to be a trade candidate?
I think he's cut trade. They got a lot of weapons over there, and McCarthy likes guys that can do special teams, and he's a run block. I don't know how well his pass blocking is, but I know that's also a major factor, especially with Rodgers. He'll chew you out if you don't pick up the block. So I think he's out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you got Warren, you got Dowdle. It's just he didn't pan out to the player he was supposed to be. Yeah. I don't know if anyone would really trade for him. Maybe like a conditional 7th. That could be a 6th type thing. But
hold on, you also have Eli Heidenkirk.
Oh yeah, you got mini EMC. Yeah, so he's long gone. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think he gets cut straight up. Anybody think Caleb Johnson sticks on the roster?
I'm gonna defer to Vin on this because he's gonna be following it more closely. Same thing with you with the Jets, Rich.
Yeah,
like I could talk about the Eagles and stuff. I'm actually curious about 2 of these other ones on the list, Rich, because you made a prediction a while ago with Giants wide receivers and how many are going to end up staying on the team. 2 of these names, OBJ and Jalen Hyatt. How you feeling about them?
I think they could both be gone. I would say that Hyatt would make it over OBJ. I know OBJ, he's getting this huge applause when he comes on the screen, but Fields right. Fields already took over that wide receiver 2 spot. So I mean, then that's being reported universally across the board. So you got Neighbors, you got Fields. Neighbors could start week 1, which is crazy. I don't think he does. And then you got Slayton at 3. And then after that, it's kind of no man's land. I mean, I, again, would probably keep Hyatt over OBJ because he's younger. And then Barrios, I would keep over OBJ because he can return the ball. OBJ is just going to be like this novelty guy. I think that OBJ is going to end up getting cut. And Hyatt.
Yeah, you forgot they also have Darnell Mooney.
And Darnell Mooney apparently is on the trade block now, which came out of nowhere. So if Mooney gets traded, this kind of makes this murky. If Mooney stays, then obviously this makes this a lot easier. But I don't think the Giants don't need either of those 2 players if we're being on. Juju's gone. Yeah. It's just a matter of time.
I don't think either of those Giants receivers are staying. There's no need for them to keep them. They have enough power in their wide receivers that they have. They don't need either one of those. I think Odell Beckham's great. He made a couple of great catches, but really cool gloves on his hands. And he'd bring a lot of fans into this stage, like the stands. He would bring money to the Giants. I get it, but it's not.
Went on a boat and it went downhill.
He's not going to do it. It's not going to be what everybody thinks it's going to be. Sorry.
That boat ruined his life. So, all right, let's move on to a guy that is probably not going to be universally cut, and that's Elijah Moore because we talked about him before. The Eagles / Browns / Jets legend. The man who brought Aaron Rodgers to the Jets plus a pick. I think he's getting cut. You look at the Eagles roster. I think overall you have a lot of better people on that list. Is he your main returner right now for kick or punt?
I was gonna say, so Alberto, you want to take Elijah Moore first?
No, you go ahead. I'll follow up.
I was gonna say, so I think this really comes down to if they keep 6 wide receivers. So I think the last 2 years they've kept 5 wide receivers. Mekhi Lemon has been injured in camp. If we were to play next week, Doggo Claim. We love Doggo Claim. This happens each time I'm talking, and I can't not look at a dog.
He's the best.
Sweet dog.
So with Elijah Moore, it seems like he's fitting into the Mekhi Lemon role, which is more the move role, which is the motion type of stuff like that. It really, I think they're going to end up keeping him just because Lemon is iffy. If we were playing this week, I think Smitty plays. He hasn't played yet, but I think they're just slow playing it because he doesn't need the reps. Mekhi Lemon needs reps and he's still not playing. I don't think he would play this week. So I think they would need to physically keep him. God, such the goodest doggo. Like Darius Cooper, he was a UDFA, I believe, last year. He's a lock on the team for me. He's been lighting it up in camp. He feels like he's somebody that could be that number 2. It's not who you want as the number 2 wide receiver, but he's been like lighting it up that much where like people are like, could he potentially be the number 2? Wicks has been very good. Hollywood, like I said, has been like iffy up until the joint practices with the Patriots this week. I think he probably makes the team. I think whenever Lemon is fully healthy, I think he has no role on the team. Is effectively what it boils down to. Alberto, you got something else on that?
Yeah, I think he stays. I could see a change where if Marquise Brown picks it up by the end and becomes like that 5th receiver, Elijah Moore could like get cut and then added to the practice squad because of experience and just for depth purposes. Britton Covey, I know special teams and whatnot. I don't really care for him. He's not going to do anything on the offense.
He'd be the primary return. So to get back to the question, like
I feel like they could upgrade that.
He's been practicing as the returner. You also have Covey and Lemon. So but it's a weird nebulous thing right now for the punt returner.
Yeah, that's where you have the 6. He would be like the 6 if he stays on the team. But it's kind of like up between Elijah Moore and Marquise Brown. But I feel like Brown, like he picks up when like the lights are on him type of a thing. Not that he's been so consistent either, but for depth purposes, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Eagles grab somebody that they liked before they cut. So, well, we'll see.
So we all agree Elijah Moore is getting cut. All right.
That's exactly what I said.
Exactly what he said. That's a long story short. All right. We're going to clump two players in here. They're both quarterbacks. We got J.J. McCarthy on one side. We got Dylan Gabriel on the other side.
And to be clear, McCarthy's not like a cut candidate. That would be a trade
candidate. And I think Dylan Gabriel would also be a trade candidate just based on the fact that he got picked in the draft and, you know, he's not in the league for that long. And honestly, he's not the worst performing quarterback on that team, if we're being honest. So the question for these guys is, are they going to get traded? Or are they
I'm going to say with JJ McCarthy's not going anywhere for that team. I know they could probably get a lot for him, but they are all in on that dude. He's their lights. Yeah. I don't really know much about Dylan Gabriel. I don't follow them too much, but JJ McCarthy's definitely staying there.
I think he's definitely staying. I don't think you would get a ton for him. And Kyler's pronounced a starter.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, but you don't want, like, if Kyler goes down.
No, that's why you keep him. I don't think you trade him. I think you keep him because Kyler could go down easily. I'd rather have 2, like, developmental almost types of quarterbacks because if one craps the bed, give the other one a shot. Like, maybe something clicks. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I would keep him on the team myself. Anybody think that you would trade JJ based on Kyler getting the job?
No, if I'm JJ, I want to get out of there. But, I mean, I don't like just washing my hands of guys and just letting them go. Let him develop. He was a developmental guy. That's kind of why you drafted him. You didn't draft him to, like, just come in and be Peyton Manning.
I was going to say, I think if Kyler is like an average quarterback, I think Minnesota's a sneaky good team.
Yeah.
Like, personally. Getting to Dylan Gabriel, though, like, I'm out on Watson. Dude's a terrible human. Shador is an Epo baby. Like, sure, give me Dylan Gabriel. None of them are going to do anything, in my opinion, personally, but of the 3, give me Dylan Gabriel, I guess.
Yeah. Well, if I'm him too, get me out of Cleveland.
Yeah, just that part. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, it's more Dylan Gabriel side of thing than Cleveland side, because I mean they also did draft Taylor Green, who is there, and he's not going to go anywhere. I do think Watson ends up starting for this team, though. I mean, despite all the crap he did, I still think he's going to be the day one starter, which I think is going to make Shedeur Sanders very, very angry, which could lead to his camp asking for a trade, which I think I said a month ago. Which, no one on the Cleveland Browns is the long-term Cleveland Brown quarterback right now. I think that's going to happen next year when all these guys come out and they're going to have their pick of the litter. And then they're just going to get rid of almost all these guys, maybe besides Green, and then it's going to start fresh. But maybe Gabriel gets a year jump on this and gets to pick his team that he wants to get traded to.
Yeah.
Agree? All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Our next guy here is Trey Benson, the running back from Arizona. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. That's just kind of what it comes down to. You got Love, you got Algier, you got Connor. Is there a spot for Trey Benson on this team right now? You also got Bam Knight, who's healthy with the special teams. There's a lot of guys here. Trey Benson, again, this could be another type of person that says, "Get me out of Dodge," but I don't really think he has the power to do that just based on the player he is right now. I see him getting cut. I think they might. And Connor honestly could be a trade candidate if we're thinking about Connor. But Love and Algier, those are that's the 1-2 punch. If you want to keep a third guy, you keep Bam Knight because he can be your RB3 and your special teams guy in one. You don't really need an RB4. So I think Benson gets cut.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Isn't he hurt right now? Isn't his knee? Isn't his knee flared up again? He has
left knee flare is what I have as roots.
Yeah, no, Con, get out.
Yeah, get out. All right. Another guy in a similar situation, Kendre Miller from the Saints. You got ETN, obviously Kamara, who is a little hurt right now. Kamara's going to be out a month, which changes this slightly. And then you got Devin Neal on that roster as well. So the three-headed monster when healthy, ETN, then Kamara, then Neal. Kamara's hurt right now, which makes me think that Miller is going to stick on the roster until Kamara is healthy. So I think he makes the roster.
I concur.
Yep.
All right.
Great. Do it
here. We got two more guys, and then this show is over. I don't want to end on a Cleveland Brown. We're not going to do that. So we're going to do a Cleveland Brown right now. Cedric Tillman. We talked about the quarterbacks. It's time to talk about the wide receivers. Obviously, they added Concepcion. They had Boston. They had Judy. They got a lot of people on that team. Does Tillman make the final roster?
I think he gets traded to the Texans.
Isn't he running with the third team right now?
What?
So, and he has no special teams value. So, what's the point? It's if you can't help on special teams as a fifth or sixth wide receiver, what are you doing here?
Isn't he hurt again too?
Great point. He's out.
They're all hurt.
He's out.
Hurt. Yeah. I feel literally, we were talking about this off air. Alberto and I. Have you ever seen more injuries than this offseason? It's every day you look at NFL Network. And this guy's
always going to get worse every time. Every year,
I keep holding my breath because each time Sleeper pops up something, it's
breaking.
How did it screw my Dynasty team? And it hasn't touched my Dynasty team yet.
Same, knock on wood, but it's coming, right? All right. We're gonna We're gonna end this lovely podcast on Tutu Atwell.
Tutu.
So Milo spit out Tutu Atwell. He is on the Dolphins, and if you look at the Dolphins roster, there are 300 guys on that roster right now, and none of them are great. 3 rookies and a bunch of dreamers. You got Malik Washington, who's leading the pack right now. I don't even know. It's the murkiest wide receiver room that I can think of right now is the Miami Dolphins. But my thought is you always go with the younger hot hand, and you can have Malik do what he needs to do. And then when it goes to shit, you have the number 1 overall pick, and it's all good.
So, I was going to say, especially somebody that is not planning on competing, you always go with the youth. like, I'd be annoyed because I think they signed him like thinking he may be like a starter, and now he's on the bubble. Like,
Yeah.
Just cut bait.
I would just cut bait. Yeah, me too. Tutu Atwell's the type of player you can add back to the practice squad. So
I think they keep,
he's not going anywhere.
You want to keep vets, right? Like they have a lot of rookies. You kind of want to vet leadership in the wide receiver room. So I think he stays.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how many you want to keep. You know, unless they want to use Malik Washington as that guy, which who knows? That's
Tutu was on the Rams, right?
He was. He's on the Dolphins now.
Yeah,
and he's guaranteed $1.2 million. You got to remember that. So they're not going to just throw away $1.2 million for no reason.
Oh, smart.
That's good. You're throwing out the number. The numbers, you know, kind of changed the whole thing here. So
fiscally responsible.
Yeah, he's a speedster, so he could catch the balls deep. I think he stays.
What is 1.2 in the scheme of a salary cap, though? You know, it's like
I was going to say 1.2 doesn't mean anything to me in the NFL.
Right.
1.2 in Miami versus 1.2 in California.
I don't know. Did you see when Calvin Johnson came out and when he retired, he owed the Lions like a couple $1 million? So it is a lot.
Money?
Yeah. They go, I retired, and they go, all right, sick, you owe us money.
It's because he retired early.
Yeah.
Why didn't you
your service?
Why didn't you take 1.2 million in Miami versus California?
I mean, Florida has better, you know,
100%. They're much lower taxes.
Yeah.
That's why Tyreek went to Miami and not New York, and he made the right decision because who wants to go to New York? But
he was running from child support. I don't know.
Vin has a brunch to get to, so we're gonna end this podcast right here and right now. I don't want to make any significant others mad. So this has been WaiVER CLaiM. I want to thank everyone for coming to the show. Don, fantastic premiere episode. We look forward to seeing you any week that you're free. If you're new here, subscribe. WaiVER CLaiM show, and then WaiVER CLaiM. Leave us a review. Cutdown's coming. So obviously this show, we're going to be talking about all the cuts coming up and all the 53-man rosters. It's going to be really fun talking about real football. We got one more week of preseason, and then we get into the real thing, which is awesome.
Football, baby.
It's our time to shine. So until next week, this has been WaiVER
CLaiM.
CLaiM.
Yep.
Who you say?